Hello, my name is Graham Holland. I'm Product Marketing Manager for Dorma UK. Today I'm going to show you how to fit the TS92 Cam Action EN 2-4 door closer. The TS92 is available in two versions. A B unit, which is used for fixing to the door on the pull side, and a G unit, which is used for fixing to the door on the push side. Today we're going to show you how to fix the TS92B. Firstly, do make sure that if you're fitting to the pull side that you do actually have a B side door closer. Each door closer comes with a template and full fixing instructions. The template, as you can see here, clearly shows where the pilot holes need to be drilled for fitting of this door closer. The template is simply offered up to the door, ensuring that you align the marked hinge in red with the pivot point and the red line at the top showing the gap between the door and the frame. From here you can see there are two holes to be drilled into the frame, and then there is an obvious selection of holes for the door closer itself. The selection allows fitting to a door where there may be a narrow top rail. Once the pilot holes have been prepared, firstly fit the mounting plate. This is the mounting plate for the TS92, and as you can see there are a variety of options on the holes used. We have selected the four outermost holes. The plate is simply pushed against the door like so and screwed in as such. Once the fixing plate has been mounted to the door, the next task is to attach the door closer arm contained with the slide arm and channel to the door closer body. Ensure that you have the correct mechanism handing where the pinion is closest to the hinge as opposed to farthest away. Simply mount the arm onto the closer body like so, and you will note it should be angled away from the door face. This is then secured by the use of an Allen bolt securing down through the top the arm to the closer. Once the arm is securely fitted to the closer mechanism, the closer can then be mounted to the mounting plate with the use of the 4 machine screws supplied. The closer simply locates onto the mounting plate, and these machine screws are tightened as such. A word of warning here: if you are using a powered screwdriver, make sure you have it on a low torque setting, because a high torque when using machine screws on a plate such as this makes them very, very difficult to remove if that has to be the case in the future. With the door closer securely mounted to the door, the next task is to mount the slide channel. You will notice, if I hold the rear of the slide channel, that this has elongated holes. This allows ease of adjustment when mounted to the door frame. Now, it is very important that when mounting the slide channel that the frame is either flush with the door face, or if you're mounting to an architrave, the maximum projection of the architrave can be no more than 14 millimeters. If it exceeds 14 millimeters, then this channel must be mortised in to the actual architrave. With the slide channel mounted on the door, you recall I mentioned the elongated screw holes. It is very important that when this channel is installed that it is level. Failure to do this with the channel running on an incline will add to the opening forces of the door and also deduct from the closing force of the door closer. Therefore, please ensure that the channel is running level. Closer and slide channel now secured, the next task is to adjoin the closer arm with the slide channel. This is achieved through an Allen key bolt which fits into the arm and then screws into the slide block. With the door closer now mounted, you can see it is functioning to a degree. What we now need to do is adjust the closing speed to suit the situation. There are two control valves on the TS92. They are marked numbers 1 and number 2. Number 1 controls the sweep speed, which is 180 to 15, and number 2 controls the latch speed, which is from 15 degrees to 0. If we now look at the closing of this door, we can see it's rather too rapid. By turning the valve clockwise, we have now reduced the closing speed from 180 degrees down to 15 degrees. By adjusting the latch valve, again clockwise to slow down, we now have a more desirable closing speed from the door closer. Obviously the door being demonstrated here does not have a latch fitted, therefore what is required is a silent, quiet closing. If however you have a latch fitted, it is very important that you ensure the door will close from any angle. Thus, pull the door to a few degrees open so it's resting against the latch. Ensure that the door closer is strong enough to overcome that latch. So, should the door closer fail to close the door over a latch if it's fitted, the option here is to adjust the closing force of the door closer to ensure that it provides more power to overcome the latch. Note that you should not be touching the latch control valve and relying on inertia to overcome this problem, because no inertia will be present if you open the door to such a small angle. There is also the opportunity, should the door feel slightly heavy for operation, to turn the closing force down. If turning the closing force down is required, still ensure the door will close from any angle of opening. Finally, with the door closer mounted, all that is needed are the fitting of the covers. This consists of two end caps which clip onto the end of the closer body like so. The cover for the channel and the cover for the door closer. Note the door closer has two cutouts prepared depending on which hand of door you're mounting on. Here, as you can see, pinion is on the right, so simply snap that piece out and then the cover is ready for mounting. The channel cover simply clips on like so. Finally, the door closer cover is mounted over the body like so. Additionally, for extra security, there is a grub screw which is located in the top to ensure the cover is always retained. Once that is secure, that is your TS92 fitted.